Something massive is happening on the sun right now, and it's headed straight for Earth. This isn't just another space weather update. This is something unprecedented, something that could have far-reaching effects not only on our technology, but on our very existence. A giant coronal hole has opened up on the sun's surface, unleashing an intense and high-speed stream of solar wind directly toward our planet. This event is unfolding in real time, and within the next 24 hours, Earth's magnetic field will be impacted by an enormous surge of energy. What makes this so extraordinary is that this level of solar activity is almost unheard of during a solar maximum. The sun operates in cycles, alternating between periods of lower and higher activity every 11 years. But this event is breaking expectations. So the real questions we need to ask are, why is this happening now? What are the real consequences for Earth and its inhabitants? And could this be part of a much bigger cosmic pattern that we are only beginning to understand? This is not just about geomagnetic storms or technological disruptions. There is a deeper mystery here, one that stretches beyond physics and into something far more profound. Some of you may have already felt it, subtle yet noticeable changes in energy, shifts in mood, disturbances in sleep, a heightened sense of awareness. Could this be a sign that solar activity is affecting us in ways that go beyond what science has officially recognized? In this video, we're going to explore all of it, the known, the unknown, and the possibilities that lie in between. Now let's get to the core of what's happening. This isn't just any coronal hole. This is the largest observed in over a decade, a massive gap in the sun's outer layer, where solar wind is escaping in an intense, concentrated stream. This type of phenomenon isn't new, but the sheer scale of this one is staggering. The solar wind rushing toward Earth is moving at speeds exceeding 700 kilometers per second, and as it collides with our planet's magnetic field, it will trigger a geomagnetic storm that has the potential to create disruptions on multiple levels. Historically, geomagnetic storms have been known to interfere with communication systems, GPS signals, and even power grids. Strong enough storms have knocked out entire electrical networks, as seen in the famous Carrington event of 1859, when a solar storm caused telegraph systems to fail and even sparked fires in telegraph stations. More recently, in 1989, a geomagnetic storm caused a blackout across Quebec, leaving millions without power. But beyond these technological concerns, there's something even more intriguing happening here. Many people have long suspected that solar activity doesn't just affect machines, it affects us too. Reports of increased anxiety, vivid dreams, and even changes in heart rhythms have surfaced during periods of heightened solar activity. Could it be that our bodies, which are themselves electrical systems, are reacting to fluctuations in Earth's magnetic field? To understand what's really going on, we need to break down the science behind coronal holes. Unlike solar flares, which are explosive bursts of radiation and charged particles, coronal holes are regions where the sun's magnetic field opens up, allowing a continuous stream of plasma to escape. These holes often appear during the declining phase of the solar cycle, but what makes this one unique is its persistence. This particular coronal hole has been reappearing again and again over the past several months, each time growing larger and more defined. It's as if it's following a pattern, one that we don't yet fully understand. The first time it was observed was in October 2024, when it was a relatively small, darkened region near the sun's equator. By November, it had expanded dramatically, showing signs of increased activity. In December, it merged with another smaller coronal hole, effectively increasing its size and influence. January saw it grow even larger, with solar wind speeds surpassing previous estimates. Then in February, something even stranger happened. A massive magnetic bridge formed, connecting this coronal hole to a region in the Sun's southern hemisphere. And by mid-March 2025, it had transformed into a staggering formation covering nearly 30% of the Sun's visible surface. This level of transformation is highly unusual, and it raises serious questions about what is driving this anomaly. Is this simply a result of natural solar dynamics? Or is there something else influencing these changes? Could this be evidence that the Sun is undergoing a shift that we have yet to comprehend fully? Throughout history, humanity has looked to the Sun not just as a source of light and warmth, but as a cosmic force that influences life on Earth in ways beyond the purely physical. Many ancient civilizations, from the Mayans to the Egyptians, believed that solar activity marked periods of transformation. The Maya, for example, spoke of the age of the sixth sun, a time of renewal and consciousness expansion. In Andean traditions, the concept of Pachacuti describes cycles of upheaval and rebirth where the world undergoes radical shifts. Could it be that what we are witnessing now is part of something much greater? A transition not just in space weather, but in the very nature of our reality? Even from a purely scientific perspective, the effects of this solar activity are profound. The charged particles streaming from the Sun interact with Earth's atmosphere in ways that could have broader consequences than we currently understand. Some researchers have speculated about a potential link between solar activity and seismic events, suggesting that fluctuations in the Sun's energy output might subtly influence tectonic pressures beneath the Earth's surface. Could this coronal hole be indirectly contributing to an increase in earthquakes or volcanic activity? And then there's the question of how this influx of solar energy affects our weather. While mainstream climate science primarily attributes weather patterns to terrestrial factors, there is an ongoing debate about whether solar activity plays a more significant role than we currently acknowledge. Some scientists believe that changes in solar wind pressure can influence jet streams, intensify storm patterns, and even contribute to climate fluctuations. Could it be that the Sun itself is playing a much larger role in shaping Earth's climate than we currently account for? But the most fascinating question of all is this: how does this surge of solar energy affect us on a personal level? Earth's geomagnetic field fluctuates in response to solar storms, and human beings are constantly interacting with that field. Some researchers suggest that heightened solar activity can influence human consciousness, leading to periods of increased creativity, intuition, and even altered states of awareness. Reports of heightened awareness, intense dreams, and even unexplained fatigue have long been associated with increased solar activity. Could this be nature's way of recalibrating us, fine-tuning our biological rhythms, or preparing us for something greater? Interestingly, some scientific studies suggest an even deeper connection. Research on biophotons, tiny light emissions from our cells, indicates that human DNA interacts with electromagnetic fields in ways we are only beginning to understand. Some researchers theorize that what has long been dismissed as junk DNA may in fact be waiting for activation by specific energetic conditions. Could solar storms be playing a role in unlocking untapped human potential? Could they act as catalysts for human evolution, much in the way ancient civilizations might have intuitively understood, but modern science is only beginning to acknowledge. The deeper we go, the clearer it becomes. This is more than just a solar event. The sun has been revered across cultures as a force of wisdom, transformation, and life itself. The ancient Egyptians saw Ra as the giver of all existence. Hindu traditions honor Surya as the cosmic illuminator, a deity who represents higher consciousness. The Inca revered Inti as a divine guide, connecting the celestial with the terrestrial. And now, as we stand on the frontier of space exploration and cosmic understanding, we are beginning to realize that these ancient perspectives may have held deep, fundamental truths that modern science is only now beginning to explore. So what does this mean for you? Pay attention. Be mindful of how you feel over the coming days. Observe your thoughts, your emotions, and the energy around you. We are living through a time of immense transformation, and whether you approach it through the lens of science or spirituality, one thing is undeniable. Something significant is happening. The key is awareness. The more we understand, the better we can navigate these shifts. Have you noticed anything different lately? Have your dreams been more vivid, your emotions stronger, or your thoughts more intense than usual? Drop a comment below and let's start a discussion. And if you found this information fascinating, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more explorations into the cosmic unknown. The universe is vast, mysterious, and constantly revealing its secrets, and together we will uncover them one by one. Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and keep questioning everything.